Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for another Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations. And he just got honked. Oh my god, he got goosed. Boy got goosed. But not really. Alright, so here we go. Where's my mouse? There it is. Ugh, my cravat. Don't blow your nose on that. It's called a cravat. I feel bad now. Thanks. Balls. Okay, are you going to be alright? Yep, I'm already alright. Somehow I highly doubt that, but I'm not going to push it. I promised Daddy I'd never cry in front of strangers. And you're a good kid, aren't you, Kay? You always keep your promises, right? That's right. Well, even if I can't see Daddy anymore, I'm still going to keep all my promises. You're a very brave girl, Kay. You're a very good child for keeping the promises you made to your papa. I'll even testify that you didn't cry, just for you. So she's willing to lie. Thank you very much, lady. It's nothing. I'm only telling the truth after all. She's 13! So, I don't think you've seen the other episodes. Man, she's 13! Does this look 13 to you? Oh, how old is she? Real quick. Profiles. How old is Kay? Kay is 10. Alright, so she's 17 in the present. So she's 3 years older than her. Alright. She's a lady to her. Okay. I don't remember how old Edgeworth is. This is 13. This is 13. Anime is really bad about the ages of things, isn't it? It would appear that because her father was a respected prosecutor, Francesca is sympathetic to Kay's feelings. Your father. Kay, what kind of person was your father? Daddy was a hero of justice. His job was to catch all the bad people in the world. So to you, a prosecutor is a hero of justice, huh? I suppose, well, in a sense, as we are the ones who seek guilty verdicts for criminals. Plus, you know what? Whenever I came to the courthouse, Daddy would buy me my absolute favorite treat. Sweet rolls. Swiss rolls. Oh? I want to be a hero of justice someday, just like Daddy. But I've been working really hard. I see. And what have you been working hard on? I've been working hard to keep all the promises Daddy and I made together. Oh, that's sweet. A promise notebook? May I take a look inside, Kay? Sure, okay. It appears to be an exchange diary of sorts between father and daughter. Mr. Fairley's writing conveys a sense of the kind of man he was. This little notebook just might come in handy later. Alright. Thank you for showing it to me, Kay. I hope you'll continue to work hard and become a hero just like your father. I'm gonna try. Hey, Kay! So I'm a detective that catches the bad people, right? That makes me a hero, too! Yeah, you're really cool, too, Gummy. Yeah, aren't I, Kay? What is with the two of them? I hand down verdicts of justice, so that makes me a hero, too. Yes, and thanks to your oh-so-heroic testimony, you almost painted that detective as a vile criminal and sent him off to jail. I'm really sorry about that. Gummy's not a bad man, okay? That poor judge. He's being treated like a vile criminal rather than a hero of justice. It appears that you and Detective Gumshoe are good friends, Kay. Yeah, we're friends. In that case, would you mind telling me a little more about him? Tell us about the dick. So I take it that you ran into Detective Gumshoe earlier? Yep. I was on my way to see Daddy when I saw Gummy standing there. He was standing in the hallway staring real hard at the vending machine, so I said hi. And when was this? Before everything got crazy. How long were the two of you together? Well, we only talked for a little while, and then we went on our own ways. That's right, pal. Kay and I only talked for a little bit, and that's it. Oh, which means we have now confirmed that Kay was in the hallway during the recess, isn't that right? You got me. I told you to stop picking on Gummy, mister. Very well, then. I'll just have to speak with the good detective in private later. He's ready to throw down. Were you the one who bought this pack of sweet rolls? Swiss rolls, Kay?
Well, I didn't really have a lot of money. And I somehow made $1 out of all the pennies and quarters I had. But that still wasn't enough, and I really, really wanted one.
Come to think of it, she did come and ask me to exchange a handful of change for $1. And that's when you came and asked me to change your money, correct?
Yeah, thanks a bunch for doing that, mister.
Sure. But let me ask you, even with that $1, you still didn't have enough, correct?
Well, that's why.
Hey, if you bully Kay anymore, I'm gonna have to arrest you, pal.
Need I remind you that you're the one already under arrest?
I sense that Kay is going to be less than forthcoming with this question.
Sorry about your waffly thing.
Yes, well, now that it's positively drenched in your nasal mucus, don't worry, Kay, I have a spare. So here, you can have this one.
But Daddy said, never take things from a stranger.
Ah, it's one of the promises you made in your promise notebook, correct?
Yeah, look, see, it's right here on this page.
Rosa, never take things from a stranger, never go anywhere with a stranger. Good promises. Alright then, I'm not giving this to you, I'm merely allowing you to borrow it. You can take it home, wash it nice and clean, and then give it back to me next time we meet.
Okay, Daddy never said I couldn't borrow things from strangers.
That's a new one on. Now then, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, I believe it is now crystal clear that you were with little Kay in that hallway. He just had a spare cravat, because why not, right?
I told you to stop being mean to Gummy. Miles Edgeworth, there is still something you have yet to resolve.
I beg your pardon?
You still haven't offered an explanation for why that man would lie to us.
That's... well...
Gummy, don't tell me you lied for my sake.
Hey, don't worry about it, Kay. Everything's gonna be okay. Ah, so that's why.
So what was Detective Gumshoe's motive for lying? Can't explain that, then you can't call this a perfect investigation.
His reason for lying is very simple.
What?
Here's what I believe to be his reason. A simple observation of the detective's actions and his interactions with Kay. It's obvious the detective was lying for the young girl's sake. And this piece of evidence will show you exactly why. Which piece of evidence proves that Detective Gumshoe was lying on account of Kay? No idea. Let me read this. I never take the... let's switch them. This one? No, this one. Never take things from a stranger. Never go anywhere with a stranger. Always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Never cry in front of strangers. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. Daddy's job is to make sure that everyone follows the rules, Kay. Be a good girl and promise that you'll keep your promise to me, okay? Love, your daddy. Love, Daddy. Alright. Why was he covering for her? We're gonna scum save? Because I got no freaking idea. I got no freaking idea. So you wouldn't see the bodies? This isn't that piece of evidence.
What are you showing me that for? It doesn't seem to add anything to the conversation.
I don't get what you're trying to say with that. Or do you just like showing off?
Are you gonna give that to me, mister?
I don't feel that the court needs to enter that into the court record at this time. What is wrong with everyone? Why are they all teasing me all of a sudden? Although, it's possible that perhaps I made a mistake, and that's why. Now then, back to the topic at hand. Okay, let's see, what was it? Oh wait, what's this? Promise?
Mr. Faraday and Mr. K's promise notebook? How does it explain anything?
You can take a look at this page. It's clearly written that Kay should, all strangers, never take things from a stranger. When Detective Gumshoe heard about that promise, he tried to cover for Kay. What a foolishly foolish... Fool's fool of a foolish reason for a fool. Yeah.
Tommy, you lied because of me, didn't you?
Because I'm your friend, Kay, that's why.
Tommy.
At long last. Detective Gumshoe, can you please tell me the whole truth now? Guess there's no beating you up, pal. Okay, I'll spill the goods. I've been standing guard for a while. I was getting really hungry and that snack vending machine was taunting me.
But all the cash you had on you was $5, and that wasn't enough to buy anything, right? After all, the cheapest item in that machine is a $6 pack of Swiss rolls.
Yeah, but then like an angel from heaven, Kay showed up.
I was thinking about sharing a snack with Daddy. But I wanted to buy a Swiss roll, but I only had enough about $1 in coins.
So we pulled my 5 and her 1 together, and bought a pack of Swiss rolls together.
But I was worried about breaking one of my promises. But then Gummy said,
Mr. Faraday's one scary guy when he gets mad. But don't worry, you won't get in trouble if I don't tell, right? Besides, you bought it with me. So you didn't really get it from me, you know?
He told me it'd be okay. And he gave me a whole roll to save and give to Daddy. Who knew that Scruffy could be so considerate?
Indeed. Detective, I take it that you then sat down on the bench and ate the rolls together? Yeah, we split the other roll and ate it right there. Right then. The sweet taste of that cake's chocolate. I'll never forget it as long as I live, pal. Anyway... Kay, I believe this also belongs to you.
Oh, that's from the balloon I pumped. It's bad manners to leave garbage lying around, Kay. I'm sorry. Well, I guess I can't blame you for not throwing this one piece away. It was sitting high up on a windowsill where you couldn't see it. So just this once I forgive you. But that balloon, I wanted to surprise Gummy a little, so I popped it on purpose. And because of me, Gummy dropped his half of the sweet roll. Swiss roll.
Well, you really got me there, pal.
So I thought maybe I should give Gummy this other roll. And then I saw you pick on Gummy, mister.
So you kicked me, is that it?
You sure are a feisty one. I'm really sorry, mister.
It's alright. I'm perfectly unharmed. But about this Swiss roll, would it be alright with you if I held onto it until Detective Gumshoe is cleared of all charges and free to go?
Yeah, oh sure. Just make sure you give it to Gummy afterwards, okay?
Of course, I promise. That means this thing's still relevant. Now then, I believe we have proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway for the entire duration of his duty. Which undeniably proves that Detective Gumshoe could not have committed the double murders. Objection! And then she comes in.
Actually, it proves just the opposite, Edgeworth. You've just shown that Detective Gumshoe is the only one who could have committed the crime.
What do you mean? Her logic's sound so far.
It's quite rude to eavesdrop, monsieur. I'm getting lectured on manners.
By a girl with a penchant for whipping people?
What? How dare you talk back with such insolence? You're wrong, lady. Gummy's not the bad guy.
Oh, and what have we here? What is the child doing here in a courthouse?
Bailiff, please take this child in.
Oh my god! What? Miss Callisto, you! Oh, her name's Callisto. Callisto, you. That girl is Mr. Faraday's.
I know, so what?
You think just because she's the victim's daughter, she gets to just run wild all around the crime scene? I think it's actually quite dangerous for her to speak nothing of getting underfoot. I suppose you're right, and however, as long as we're in agreement on that point, let's get back to the real issue at hand. Now then, Detective, you were in front of the door to lobby number 2 the entire time, correct? Yeah, but... You see, isn't it obvious that it could only be the detective? He's the only person who could have gone into lobby number 2 at the time of the murders. I have no counter-argument to that.
Don't worry, I have already put in the necessary paperwork for his formal arrest.
But the investigation is far from over.
Oh, that's right. I was going to speak with you about this. Don't you think it's reckless to talk to the suspect out in the open without a guard?
I suppose it is.
Well, as someone with more experience in law than you, allow me to share something. Always keep a good eye on a criminal, or you may regret what comes out of your negligence. Oh, Miles, I can't believe you're letting this woman lecture you like this. This is unforgivable as a disciple of Onkama. Down, Tigers. Now then, I'll be looking forward to the results of your investigation. So, we're back to square one.
Actually, this is our last chance. I can tell that if we fail to solve this case, Detective Gumshoe will be formally charged under all the circumstantial evidence. This investigation is not over yet. There's still one location we have yet to inspect. It's where Detective Bad and Miss Yu were at the time of the crime. Lobby number 1. To be continued. Alright. I guess so. They're gonna find a secret compartment, I guess? But if they died by one of those two, then they're both in cahoots then. Is the other room? Oh, it's the same room, I think. That's number 1. September 10, 5:45 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. What is this incredibly overpowering sweet scent?
It smells like It smells like flowers.
I'd use a word better.
Uncle Bam, is this it?
Isn't the Detective Bad and Kay over there?
It looks like she managed to escape the bailiff.
No, that's not quite it.
Aw, too bad. But it's so pretty.
I think you're still a bit too young to be wearing that. But since you found it, I guess I can let you keep it.
Thanks, I'll trust you always.
Those two seem to get along rather well. Oh, here, I've got something else for you.
Yay, thank you, Uncle Bad. Earlier, I ate one of these with Gummy.
Gummy? Oh, you mean Gumshoe?
Gummy is Sniffle. He was trying to be nice to me because I was going to get in trouble. And then he got in trouble because he lied to protect me. Gummy, I knew I didn't kill Jerry.
Don't cry. Faraday would be sad if he saw you crying.
I'm not crying.
Okay.
Oh, it's the mister from before and the lady, too.
Don't you think it would be a good idea to go home for the time being?
You're not involved in the investigation, so it's for the best if you do. Actually, I'm Uncle Bad's assistant. So I'm related to the investigation.
Is that so, Detective Bad? Yeah, I guess.
What? You're just scolding us like kids to not mess up the crime scene. And now you let this child run free? Why?
People are free to investigate things outside of the actual crime scene. You also had a few things she wanted to look into. Got a problem with that? I don't have a problem with that, but I am curious as to what Miss Yu is looking into.
Uncle Ben, I'm gonna go somewhere else now, okay?
Alright, I'm counting on you.
Oh, that's why. Hey, mister.
Yes, what is it?
I know Gummy isn't the bad guy, I mean it. So please, find the real bad guy, okay?
I won't forgive whoever did this. But in the absence of the perfect piece of testimony and evidence, there's no one else who could be the true culprit other than Detective Gumshoe. She wandered off while I was pondering. She wanders when you ponder.
But incredibly strong-scented herbal tea.
I fear that more than being relaxing, the scent may make one a bit heady instead. You put in a special request for that.
No wonder she's so violent, if she's drinking this stuff out the whole time.
Neither woman should be allowed to comment on this particular topic, ever. This television is the same model as the one in defendant lobby number 2.
Looks like the two rooms are basically the same in terms of layout and supplies.
Yes. The two rooms are basically the same, huh? That expensive painting is ill-suited to be hanging on the wall of this room.
I wonder if a guard detail should be placed on it.
Why do you say that?
Well, a desperate low-paid detective might make off with it someday, you never know.
She may be thinking about hiring a guard. But it's obvious she isn't factoring that guard's salary whatsoever. Window. One of the windows in this lobby is open as well. The air conditioner is working just fine in this room. So why did they open it? I wonder. Plant. This decorative plant's leaves are shinier than the ones in the plant in lobby number 2.
That's probably because it's next to the windows where it's easy to synthesize.
You may be right. Plus, the curtains are always drawn in the lobby number 2.
The caretakers of this courthouse don't think enough about the plants, do they?
That's because the courthouse is caretakers, not a bunch of botanists. Detective Bad, what exactly was Kay searching for? Nothing that concerns you, boy.
Oh, and I suppose it has something to do with Kay?
It does, because she's Faraday's daughter. Anyway, hurry up and get to the point. I don't have time to waste. It sounds like you'd rather be left alone. I have something I'd like to confirm with you once again. I don't have anything to say to you. Be that as it may, we still have questions that we need answers to. Now then, first of all, what is the overpowering smell that is permeating this room? Upon entering this room, I thought I was going to suffocate. It's that ultra-strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it. I was having a bad time of it myself. I didn't think twice and opened the window. But that smell's still here. Perfume, huh? The sweet scent in the air is perfume.
Well, it's giving off quite a stench. I bet it's some cheap, no-name brand.
She said it's a famous brand from overseas.
Huh? It's a knockoff. Yes, definitely a knockoff.
No disrespect, but she forced one of those bottles on me. Here, little girl, you can have it.
I was born for a much more expensive and refined perfume. Well, seeing as how you just happen to have a spare, I suppose I'll take it. Miles Edgeworth, you will hold on to this bottle without fail.
Why can't she ever be honest about her wants? Is his perfume jotted down? So now we have the perfume Miss Yoon wears. It's just fantastic. Is that all you wanted to talk about? If so, I'm going back to investigating. Actually, I still have a few other things I wish to inquire about. So you were in this room the entire recess? Like I said. Oh right, there's a time when he wasn't in there, and that's when he got Gumshoe. So could she have murdered them during that time somehow? But she was in this room with Bad, so how would the gunshot go off later, is the question. That's a hard question to answer at the moment. If it was you who did it, or him, how would the other one not notice? Like I said, I made a call to the precinct to get that big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end in here.
At least your story is consistent.
Earlier you stated that you were in this lobby with Miss Yu. Yeah, I ran into her in the hallway. She said she wanted to talk to me about something, so we came in here. Then what you're saying is that until Detective Gumshoe's arrival, you and Miss Yu were in 2 different locations? I guess I am. Interesting. Speaking of that lawyer, he seems to have a great dislike for you. Let's see, Miss Yu was the sister of the victim of the KG8 incident. And as I recall, Detective Bad was the lead detective on the case. I wonder if the reasons for her disdain isn't simply because you failed to guard Cece, but because you were the lead detective on the case. You knew? I also know that today's trial involving the Cadopian embassy staff member is being referred to as the second KG8 incident. Now then, Detective, I believe it's time you were honest with me and told me the truth behind your relationship with Miss Yu and Mr. Faraday and the KG8 incident. If you already know that much, I guess it'd be alright to tell you. Now then, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the KG8 incident. It's not exactly a happy story, other than the people who were directly involved. You two will be the first to hear what I'm about to tell. Oh my god, it's a lollipop! Now, is that a cigarette in the Japanese version? We gotta look this up real quick. I need to know. I need to know real quick. We all need to know. I don't want us to find out later in the comments. Let's find out right now. So, Tyrell Bad Lollipop. Let's see here. Oh, here's a spread gallery. This will tell me whether it's always a lollipop or not. It is... Well, we don't see smoke come off of it, so it's gotta be a lollipop. Yeah, it's a lollipop. Smoke's not coming off of it, so... Yeah, it's a lollipop. Huh. Because, yeah, he's holding it like this. Yeah, okay. The honest truth behind the KG8 incident. Faraday, you and I. As you already know, we 3 were involved in the KG8 incident. Faraday and I were both originally on the trail of a smuggling ring. You mean the smuggling case involving one of the Amano Group's secretaries? That trial was just a front. A facade? Yeah, but the case became tainted. All because the witness who was going to testify about the Amano Group's ties to the smuggling ring, CCU, was killed. Then what became of the secretary who was arrested? His name was Colin Devore. To be honest, the guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring. But he confessed to knowing about it anyway. Devore was probably being intimidated by the big boss man. Just another scapegoat. The boss man of the Amano Group? You can't seriously mean Mr. Ernest Amano? Oh, I get it. Now I get the kidnapping. They were going to plan the kidnapping, then he was going to murder Amano's son, and then he would get away with the million with his daughter. That was his plan. That can't be right. It's probably just Detective Bad's personal hypothesis. What is he trying to do? Suspecting Mr. Amano of being involved with smuggling? I suppose it would have been quite difficult to secure an acquittal after he confessed. But the man who killed CCU, Manny Cochin, was a completely different man. But since he's already been acquitted once of her murder, Mr. Faraday, how could you have let him go? If I remember correctly, I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him. That wasn't Faraday's fault. It was mine. I wasn't vigilant enough. Faraday, Cece, I was supposed to protect them both. Miss Yu did mention that as well. About how Detective Bad was supposed to guard his sister. But even I, who was supposed to protect them, I fell into their trap. What kind of a trap? The holes in this jacket are a testament to that trap. You mean you were fired upon? You were shot at that many times in a gunfight?
No. Only about half of these are from that case. But the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself of the lessons I learned from KG8 incident. From the... I see. I couldn't protect CCU, and the suspect was found not guilty. We had hit a brick wall, as far as the law was concerned. And that's when she came to the courtroom, the victim's sister. That's when I first met Callisto Yu. Relation to you? About when you first met Miss Yu? It was on the day the version of the KG8 incident was handed down, was it not? Yeah. Faraday and I, we apologized to her from the bottom of our hearts. It was all we could do, but... Just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back, she said. And then she gave me a hard slap across the face.
Well, she certainly had a lot of self-control to stop at just a slap. If it was me, not even 100 lashes would have been punishment enough.
I suppose not. You said it yourself. That you never wanted to see either of us ever again.
But after that, you've seen her many times over, correct? Correct?
Yeah, Faraday and I, even after the KG8 incident had come to a close, we continued to hunt down the smuggling ring and got involved in a variety of cases. But it was no use. We cracked so many different cases. But the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring.
It's the ring? Really that big?
It was in pursuit of the ring that we met you once again. It was during another trial related to the smuggling ring. Faraday was the prosecutor, and I, as the lead detective, took to the witness stand. She appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney.
Her client was a part of the smuggling ring and she was defending him?
Yeah. Yu was pursuing the ring as best she could as a lawyer. I think she defended Rel this time for the same reason.
Come to think of it, Miss Yu did say something to the same effect. I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG8 incident, alright? And for that you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer? Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Well was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him, ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. It doesn't matter what her reason is. Helping a criminal is just despicable.
You're so naive, little girl. I could have stole this lollipop from you. That's how naive you are.
How dare you insult the daughter of Von Karma?
Just like us, you felt that she had hit the limit of what the law could do. That's all.
The law is merely a tool. There's no limit to it, only the skill of the craftsman.
You two are still too young, but one day you'll know what I mean. But enough sidetracking. What matters is that we met you again in pursuit of the smuggling ring. That's all.
Relation to Faraday? After we're done with him, we'll stop. So what was your relation to Mr. Faraday? You wouldn't seem to know Kay very well.
I met him when he was a rookie prosecutor. Known him ever since. And Kay, I've known her since the day she was born. Faraday and I, we cracked quite a few cases together.
But you two seem to have made no progress at all in the Yatagarasu case. Did we touch a nerve?
I only have one thing to say to you. No one knew more about the Yatagarasu than me and Faraday. That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial. To prove that Rel was not the real Yatagarasu. Which I would have done,
if he hadn't turned around and accused Faraday. After the accusation, I was asked to testify, but this time, to prove or disprove the accusation. But I guess I won't be doing that either. I sense that there's more to that statement than meets the eye. Perhaps a bit more digging into the Yatagarasu is what's necessary. Yatagarasu? You claim to know much about the Yatagarasu. Would you care to share what you know with me? What you two should be looking for right now is proof of murderous intent towards Faraday and Rel. I agree, which is exactly why I'm going to ask you about the Yatagarasu. What? KG8 incident and this second KG8 incident? Both of these cases are tied to the smuggling ring. And in both these cases, the witness who was to testify about the ring was murdered. However, there is one point in which they differ. And that is what the presence of or absence of the great thief Yatagarasu. Mr. O claimed to be the Yatagarasu, however, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the real Yatagarasu. Then during the recess, they were both killed. Don't you find that to be the least bit odd? Miles Edgeworth, stop beating around the bush and just spit it out already. I believe that there must be some reason that the two men suspected of being the Yatagarasu were both killed at the same time. A reason, huh? And so in order to catch Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel's cold-blooded killer, I feel that I need to learn as much as I can about the Yatagarasu. If it will help you solve this case. Then I'll tell you. I'll tell you the reason why we've never caught the Yatagarasu. What was that sudden outburst for? You must have made me whip you by accident. I assume Faraday really was it. It still accidentally whipped me anyway. There are three main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. Third, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. I see. So those are the Yatagarasu's special traits. Sounds like an incredibly elusive thief. The Yatagarasu has never been caught on tape, never tries to draw anyone's attention, and would never do something as lowbrow as committing murder. That's how I knew that Rel wasn't the real Yatagarasu right away. But you can't use that sort of logic on its own to prove that he wasn't. Listen, little girl. I'm not done talking yet. What's different about this time was that evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Copian embassy. The Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu sent the evidence? Until now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not like this. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select few others knew about. In that case, how can you be so sure that it was the Yatagarasu who sent it? That's easy. A special card that only the Yatagarasu uses was attached. It's how I can be so sure. And just what sort of card is it? Here, take a look at this article. Whenever the Yatagarasu wants to publicize something, a white card is sent along with the stolen information. But when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was. And that's how Detective Bat knew that Mr. Rel was a phony. Thank you very much. I have a much better understanding of the Yatagarasu now. Okay, we'll stop here. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, we'll stop right there. It's a good stopping point. Next time, we get deeper into this case. So, I had fun. Hope you've been watching. That's what's up, having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.